Welcome back to a new video. We are squatting and deadlifting with some accessories in this video, and I'm gonna go through my mindset because your boy is sick or getting over a cold, and I'm getting back to the grind of training and getting into SPD days, and it's been a minute, but we're back. We're gonna give you some content. I know I've been lacking, but stick with me. I appreciate all you guys that are tuning in. I have a good series coming up that I want to just put out there and give you everything that is kind of on my mind, how I approach training, how I am approaching competition again, and some short-term projects that will affect my long-term goals. So stay tuned. Let's go. All right, warming up with just the bar. See how it feels. All right, next set, we got one plate. So first warm-up sets are feeling pretty good. So what I try to do on every set, regardless of the weight, I want to make every rep look the same. And I approach every rep as if it's a 1 rep max. What that allows me to do is build habits, and very good habits. Regardless of what's on the bar, nothing changes in terms of form or technique. And when you develop that habit, no matter what weight is on the bar, as soon as you get to your like 95 or 95% plus range, and you're getting close to that 1 rep max or PRing, technique, mindset, none of that changes. You want it all to be the same, because those are the variables that can potentially screw you up when you miss a lift. How many times have you, because I've done this, how many times have you missed a lift, got your mind right, came back, and then got it? What is that? It's mindset and technique. So if you get it right every single time, regardless of weight, nothing else changes. When you get to the heavier sets, it might be a little easier for you. Tip of the day. So we are, man, I've had almost 2 weeks where I've only worked out maybe 2 or 3 times. I'm getting over a cold. Finally back in the gym. I was traveling. I got the cold. So for about 3 weeks, I've been on this like weird schedule. I'm off routine. I just don't feel myself. So trying to get back to where I'm at least into a daily routine again. I've been feeling a lot better. Weights aren't moving where they should be. Of course, I'm detrained for sure. But with all that said, I'm happy that, one, I'm healthy, feeling good. Like everything is feeling good now. I had a hamstring issue, I had my knee, I had a shoulder issue, I had a pec issue. I just had so many things going on, and now I actually feel good again. So very, very excited about that. That's one. 2, it's the holidays. Who isn't happy or excited about the holidays? Because I just got to see my family for Thanksgiving in Florida, and that like re-energized me. And I'm in a better headspace. I think that I need to see my family more is the conclusion that I came to coming out of this trip, because I just feel like whole again when I see them, when I hang out with them. So that's something like a resolution of mine going into 2024 is hanging out with my family more, taking more trips, doing more fun activities that rejuvenate me and don't, I would say if it's a battery, it's not soaking the energy away from me, it's really recharging me. So that's a 2024 resolution. And then third, just, I think what I've underestimated is is a routine. What I've noticed over the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've gotten out of my routine, and I think since getting out of that, I need to get back to it. So those are the 3 things that have really been on my mind the last 3 weeks: is my health, seeing family, and getting back to a routine. Those are the common themes. So here we are, day 1. Yeah, we're just getting back into it. So I think that I feel good. Took my pre-workout, Prolific High Volume from PEScience, code Atwood, save you 10%. Let's get into it. So I get a lot of questions about what my warm-up looks like prior to squatting or deadlifting. And the honest truth is, my warm-up switches, not every time, but it can vary in terms of exercise that I do, based on how I'm feeling, based on the potential injury I'd have. There's different rehab exercises that I do prior to warming up because I'm trying to activate something, whether that be my glutes, my quads, my hamstrings. There's just a lot of different things that I do to feel ready to squat or deadlift. So I guess I can show you what that looks like, but I switch it up a lot. I have a lot of exercises. I think one of the advantages that I have, like the silver linings to these injuries, is that I can troubleshoot so many different things now based on what muscle may be tight, how to work around a certain injury, what exercises are going to activate which muscles better. So I will share that knowledge with you, just not right now in this video. But I won't make it a separate video because I think that it doesn't need that. But what I will do going forward is just say, all right, this is what I'm doing in terms of warming up, and this is why. And hopefully that'll give you some insight. But that's not my tip. I'll tell you again, that's not my typical warm-up. So we're warming up right now, though, with 315 pounds on the bar, the squat. And essentially what I do there is it's like a plate every time. And I do anywhere in the rep range of like 6 to 8 before I get to my working sets. And today I have 405 pounds. So I'll just throw on another plate after this and get into my working set. But I feel good. So first set down, feeling good. So what my coaches were mentioning to me, they came about a month ago to watch me lift, and they gave me some advice, because what happened was I've developed these compensations because I've been trying to work around my knee injury and just injuries in general, and I've developed some bad habits. And while they don't show up too much on video, when you see them in person, it's different. So my coaches were able to diagnose a few things on my squat, and what I've changed is they're so simple, but I wasn't thinking about it because I was like, I don't want to hurt anything, I don't want to change anything because I'm feeling better. But I was going down a path that could potentially lead to another injury. So it was so simple, but the cue that they gave me was sit back more on my heels. So that's what I've been focused on. And I also lost kind of my spatial awareness and depth perception on my squats. When I was lifting, I didn't know where I was in terms of depth. So what I had, like, I would say maybe 6 to 9 months ago, like I didn't have any issues thinking about what I had to do, how I had to squat, so on and so forth. Now I'm starting literally at the ground zero and working my way back to where I was. And look, you guys look at me and I'm an elite lifter, but I still have things that I can work on because I've developed some bad habits over the past few months. So here I am, coming clean with you guys, telling you that, yes, I do have issues, we're fixing them, and just a simple cue like sit back more on your heels helped me. So if you're having issues with potentially weight coming too far forward, you're having some stress on your knees, some of the cues that were given to me was sit back more, feel it in your hips, and then film from the sides. So essentially what you want to do is bring the camera from a side view here, and then you can kind of see what's happening, and then just sit back more on your heel. So instead of coming forward like that, where the heel could potentially come up, that's what I was doing previously, which was putting a lot of stress on my knee. Sit back, let your hips break here, and then just sit. And that's the cue that I was given. So hope that helps. I only did four reps on that set because, again, I'm getting back into the swing of things, and honestly, cash felt heavy. I'm so detrained right now. I haven't squatted consistently for the past 3 weeks, so you gotta roll with the punches. All right, second set. Let's do this. I've also been eating a lot more, so my body composition has changed a little bit in my midsection. So now I'm actually going a belt loop more because my normal belt loop isn't working anymore. Too fat is what I'm saying. All right, so this is my first working set. We only have two sets of 5, and we're going with 455. Again, we're just working our way back into it. I'm starting to feel my psoas getting a little tight. So what I do is I bought something called the Right. I'll show it off camera later, but it is essentially, it looks like if you've ever seen a skateboard ramp, it's shaped in that fashion, and it's a long piece, maybe this thick, this wide, and then you just put it in your psoas and let it release it. It's A-okay. So first set moving good. Again, it's only 455 pounds. Relatively speaking, that's very light for me. But again, we're just getting back into the swing of things. I'm taking about a 2-minute rest, and that's what I've been doing with the lighter weight. We've been staying in that 5 to 7 rep range right now and going maybe 3 to 5 sets. But haven't been doing a lot of SBD days, letting my body recover, and I'm feeling a lot better. Actually, I have a program coming out that's going to essentially mimic and be the exact same training routine that I'm going to be doing for an entire year. And I'm going to announce this on my Instagram, but I'm telling you all first. So if you're interested, I have programs in the description. Atwood Power, got about 9 of them right now. And this next one that we come out with is going to be a year long. So be on the lookout. We're launching probably in December, and I will run it for an entire year. So yeah, it's going to be exactly the same thing. I'm going to document the whole process because I haven't been training. All of 2023 right now has been literally like this, just ebbs and flows. And right now I'm like, ugh. Because the last 3 weeks, at least that's what it feels like, my fitness levels will come back, my strength will come back. But in terms of making progress, I feel like I've been very stagnant. There has been so many things I've been doing mentally, not just physically, but mentally, trying to get back to the levels that I was at when I hit 838 and a half. But it's different now because I don't think I'm not the same competitor I was in 2021. I'm just not. I have a kid, I have my wife, I have different priorities. Things have changed. Has my desire for powerlifting changed? No. I still want to be strong. I still want to make progress. I still want to be considered the best. But I know that this is all a process and I am not where I want to be. So it weighs on me mentally. And the injuries have actually weighed on me, not just physically, but mentally as well. And I've had to do a lot of soul searching this year. I had a lot of plans heading into 2023, and it just went to show me like I believe in Christ. It's Jeremiah 19. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. And I had all these plans in 2023, and it didn't come to fruition. So I've put my plans to the side. I've really tried to start talking more with my higher power, my Jesus, my God. And I think that mentally it's helped me a lot, but also spiritually. Like I think of this whole lifting journey as like mind, body, spirit. And when they're all in unison, that's when great things happen. And the only way to get those 3 in unison is, at least for me, when I'm physically fit. My mind game is then on point when I'm physically fit. My spiritual aura and just spiritualness is on point as well. But then like everything else from a mind standpoint kind of just goes, because I start to get into what's called the flow state. And I think that's where I was in 2021. But I have to change things because I'm not the same person. I'm not in the same circumstance. So I've had to change who I am. And I'm being real with you all because I'm human. And I think that you ask me all the time, how do I do everything and become who I am? Like, I'm having to redefine who I am. I'm having to redefine my life. I'm having to redefine priorities. And I really think that now I want to document this for you and give you the framework that is actually helping me. Because I can give you the framework when I didn't have as much life circumstances going on. It was a bit easier to get in here and train and go all in. And now with my son Owen, and my wife, and priorities and things changing, especially work demands, different ventures that I want to try from a business standpoint. Things are just like, I'm trying to figure out how to make it all work. And like an experiment, it's my life. And I'm happy that you guys are a part of it. And yeah, all right, enough talking. All right, that's gonna wrap up the video. It's a late night here at Iron Vault, but I just wanted to be real with you guys, let you know how I'm feeling, what's going through my mind. You know, I've been watching Sam Sulek's videos, and he's given me some inspiration as well in terms of just raw, uncut. I've done a few videos like that before previously, and it's done really well, but he's like doubled down on it, and he uploads like an hour-long video and just is real with his audience, and that's what I want to bring to you guys as well, the authentic Taylor Atwood. So if you're already a subscriber, hit that like button. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you like what you saw and if you think I'm worthy. But yeah, more vlogs and more real talk Taylors on the way. Appreciate you tuning in. Let's go.